What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan Turford, and welcome back to another Video Games Monthly unboxing. This is for June of 2020. Of course, Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service where you basically get video games sent to your door every single month. You can select up to 3, 4, 5, or 10 games as part of the Power Pack to be delivered right to your door every single month. They do retro games, so anything going all the way back to Atari 2600, all the way up to Wii U is like the newest console, or 3DS. They just added that pretty recently. So definitely, if you want to check them out, their website, videogamesmonthly.com, for all the details. But yeah, so I subscribe to the 5-game box, as you can tell by the title. So let's get into it. Of course, if you'd like to see me skip to specific games, or if you just want to blow past most of my talky talk, because I like to do the talky talk, just timestamps are all in the description of the video. So check those out. But let's take a look. I'm excited to dive into this month's Video Games Monthly, and we'll do this as blind as possible. So let's grab the cartridge first. So of course, we got the, hey, please make sure to update your library every month, because otherwise they'll send you duplicates. Again, you can tell them what kind of consoles you want. So I subscribe to Super Nintendo, Nintendo, and Game Boy. But you can subscribe to any ones you want to. You can do all of them if you wanted to even. So we got a 1-up. So even though I subscribe to 5 games, I actually get 6 games in this box, which is awesome. And then last but not least, they have this Facebook card that is upside down, where if you go on their Facebook page and you post a picture of your unboxing, they enter you in a contest to win 3 free games in your next box, which is pretty cool. So let's dive in. Now, I feel like we've got a nice even mix here. I think we've got 2 of each console. So we'll start with the Game Boy ones. So first up, we got Killer Instinct on the Game Boy. All right, so Killer Instinct, really fun to find a game. I've never played the Game Boy version at all, which is different. This is a Super Game Boy cart. So if you have a Super Game Boy, I'm guessing you get a background as well as custom colors. I'm guessing that's what they're doing for this. Killer Instinct, fun game. I don't know how well the portable version is going to work, but I've never played it before, and I love getting games that I've never played. So I'm excited to definitely try it out on the Game Boy, because I think that's the only version of this game that I haven't played. So I'm excited to check that out. So other Game Boy game we got, this one was apparently $6.99 on the back. We got Nemesis from Ultra, which aka Konami. I have never heard of this game. I'm guessing that it's some kind of side-scrolling shooter. It's probably a Gradius game, and it's just called Nemesis, just because that happened a lot with Konami back in the day. And yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. Should be a fun game. 2 awesome games on Game Boy that I've just never played before. I'm excited to check some of these out. Let's go to NES now. Our first NES game is Gotcha the Sport from everyone's favorite video game company, LJN. The rainbow just tells you it's got quality right here. Gotcha the Sport, I believe, was based off a movie of the same name called Gotcha. And this is like a paintball game. I know that they had like a series of toys based off the Gotcha franchise. I think there were paintball guns for kids in the 80s. And the 80s were a weird time frame. That's for sure. So I'm excited to check this out because LJN games, you know, sometimes they're so bad they're good. And I'm hoping that Gotcha the Sport definitely fills that void. But I guess we're going to find out. Again, a good selection of games. I've never played any of these, so which is refreshing because I think last month it was awesome to get the games I got, but most of them were games I'd played already. So this batch feels pretty fresh. Next up, Go 13 Top Secret Episode. I think this is some kind of I don't know, Japanese game where you play a dude with the gun, I guess. I don't really know. I literally know nothing about this game. So I'm guessing it's probably a side-scrolling shooter as well. Not in the same vein as like Nemesis is, where it's a flight shooter game, but more just like, you know, a run and gun kind of game. Probably something like Contra, I don't know. But again, that's just my guess. I literally know nothing about this game. So I think this is probably a good candidate for First Impressions, my new YouTube series, where I play games for the first time. So I think this is definitely going to be a game we're going to play there. So Go 13, there you go. It's a game that exists. That's all I know about it, folks. Next up, we got Super Nintendo games now. First one up is Jeopardy from Game Tech, everyone's favorite SNES company. I actually really have a soft spot for game show games, especially older ones. Yes, the trivia is from like the early 90s since it's a Super Nintendo, but these games are always fun. I mean, especially if you've got a couple friends on the couch and stuff, you can have some goofy fun with it. I know me and Sean Capri, co-host on the Xbox Drive with me, we played Jeopardy on Xbox One together, had a great time, and I imagine many, many fun times with Jeopardy on the SNES for the same reason. I think those games are always fun to play with each other, or you can play against the computer that always knows the right answer. So there's always that option too. And last game in the box, we got Home Alone 2, based off the hit movie, where once again, Kevin McAllister is home alone again, except he's not at home. He's lost in New York. I have the NES version of Home Alone 2, which is a game with a stripping chef and killer vacuum cleaners and old ladies with umbrellas. And it's a game. And I'm guessing this is probably much of the same. I think, if I remember correctly, the Genesis version is a very different game, but the SNES version is pretty much just a up-resed, like SNESified version of the NES game. So I'm guessing it's probably much of the same. Again, I haven't played it though, so I'm excited to check this out. And there you go. All 6 of my games this month, all games I've never played before, which is awesome to see. I love the curation that goes into these boxes. And that's one of the things I love about Video Games Monthly, is that these are probably not games I would have gone to the retro game store and then picked up off the shelf and then brought home. But I love that the curation is there for them to be like, oh, these are some fun games. And especially seeing like my wish list and my tastes, they came up with these games for me. So that's really awesome. Thank you so much, Video Games Monthly, for another great month of games. If y'all would like your own box, of course, videogamesmonthly.com is the place to go. As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. That's Turford. You can also find my Xbox podcast, The Xbox Drive, on podcast services around the globe, as well as on Twitter at The Xbox Drive. Myself and Sean Capri host that show. And last but not least, exciting things coming to the channel. Again, by the time you're seeing this, you're seeing my What's New video that is basically detailing all the changes, including new pickups videos, as well as First Impressions, which is my awesome new show where I play games for the first time. Again, I'm actually pretty sure that most of the games in this list, because I didn't do B-roll in this time on purpose to make sure that I have some of these games to play for First Impressions, you can probably see most of them there. So definitely check that out on this channel. So thank you so much for checking this out, and have yourselves an amazing day. Until next month, see you later.